Liquidity is what moves the price of pretty much every asset that can be traded. So today we will be covering the best liquidity indicator that is currently available on TradingView. Since liquidity is a universal concept when it comes to trading, you can use this indicator in pretty much every market. In fact, you can use this indicator with crypto, forex, gold, and even stocks. With this indicator you will be able to eliminate all of the confusion you may have about liquidity. Now that we have gotten all of that out of the way, let's start. The indicator that we are going to be using is the HTF Liquidity Finder by SBTNC. This indicator works really well and has received the editor's pick label by TradingView. Let's now add it to the chart. First, head over to the Indicator Search tab and search for the HTF liquidity levels. After that, select the indicator made by SBTNC and add it to the chart. That was the only indicator we will be adding to the chart for now. Don't worry, we will be showing you exactly what settings to use with this indicator and how you can use the indicator to know exactly when the best time will be to buy or sell later in the video. Let's configure the indicator settings. Head over to the indicator settings and navigate to the Inputs tab. Here you can see that liquidity for different timeframes is shown on the chart. Since most traders are either intraday or day traders, we will uncheck the weekly and monthly checkboxes. Lastly, we will check the 4-hour liquidity checkbox since we will be trading on the 15-minute chart for this showcase. Now let's change the style settings. Since the liquidity lines aren't very visible, we will change the opacity of the lines so that it will be easier for us to see them. Now let's close the indicator settings and look at what we can do with the indicator. To make sure that we use the indicator correctly, let's first understand what the lines that it plots to the chart mean. The indicator aims to keep track of untapped levels of liquidity that have their liquidity states intact. You can identify these levels by the single lines that are shown on the chart. The second thing that we need to look out for with this indicator are liquidity pools. A liquidity pool is simply said just a cluster of liquidity levels. A liquidity pool acts as a magnet for the price action of the market. The price will usually gravitate towards these heavier pockets of liquidity by proximity. This is commonly referred to by many traders as a liquidity run, raid, purge, grab, hunt, or sweep. Lastly, we have gray lines that appear on the chart. These are tapped levels. At the end of each day, these tapped levels are cleared. That was all that you needed to know regarding this indicator. Now let's take a look at how we can trade based on the indicator. But before that, if you are looking for a crypto exchange that was founded by 6 former Binance executives and 3 former Morgan Stanley architects, and that currently has the lowest futures trading fees and a bonus of up to $600, check out the link in the description. Now let's look at how we can trade based on this indicator. Alright, so let's configure the chart. As you can see, there are quite a few liquidation levels here. Let's draw a small box on the price points at which there are the most amount of levels. Now let's take a look at the price action. As you can see, price broke through the first level but was rejected at the second level. Now let's enter into the trade and place the stop loss at the lower level. The reason we do this is because if the price breaks through a liquidity level, it will usually cause the price to have a big drop. By placing the stop loss before this level, we can make sure that we can avoid this drop. After that, we will be placing the take profit just below the upper level. As you can see, the trade was very profitable. Now let's look at how the price will continue to react. As we predicted, the price broke straight through the second liquidity level. However, we also see that after hitting the third and lowest level, the price immediately rejects it. This means that we can enter into a buy position again. We will put the stop loss at the lower liquidity level, and for the take profit, we will target the upper level. We do this because the price will usually act like a magnet, and since all of the other liquidity levels have been tapped, the upper level is the level within the closest proximity. Now let's see how the trade plays out. As you can see, the trade was very profitable. Another very important point that you need to know is that the higher timeframe levels of liquidity are a lot more important and will have more effect on the price action than the lower timeframe levels of liquidity. So in our case, the highest timeframe we are using is the daily timeframe. So let's head over to the Settings tab and change the color of the daily plot to yellow so that we know that these levels are more important. Let's also change the opacity again to make it easier to see. Now you can clearly see how much more important these daily levels are. As you can see, the price broke through the daily levels with a lot more effort than the 4-hour levels. Now let's try to enter into a short trade so that everything will be more clear. To determine when to enter into the position, let's take a look at the price action. As you can see, the market hasn't really rejected of any levels, so we will patiently wait. Now we see that the price has broken through the daily levels again. We will still need to wait for more confirmation to enter into a short position. We currently see that the market might be using the previous level as support. We also see that many new liquidity levels have appeared on the chart. Let's now remove some of the old boxes and add some new ones. Now let's wait for a good short entry. As you can see, the price broke through the first 4-hour level but rejected the second 4-hour level. This will be our entry signal for entering into a sell position. We will put the stop loss at the upper liquidity level and we will target the closest liquidity cluster for the take profit. The reason we are targeting this level instead of this level is that this is a very weak liquidity level. As you can see, the price only stayed here for a few candles. However, here the price stayed for about 28 bars, so it will be a lot harder to break through to the lower levels. Now let's see how the trade plays out. As you can see, our take profit was hit and the price didn't reach the lower levels as we predicted. Now let's look at one last entry where we can see the importance of the daily levels. As you can see here, the price is getting very close to this daily level, but the price doesn't reject it. Instead, the price breaks through this level. Therefore, we will not enter into a trade. Now we see another daily level appear. Again, price is getting very close to this level, however, we will need to wait for a clear rejection before entering into a trade. As you can see, the price has clearly rejected the level. However, we will not yet enter into the position because a small cluster of levels is very close to the price. We will first need to see how the price will react. We see that the price has rejected these levels. Moreover, we also see that the price rejected the upper 4-hour liquidity level. This is a great signal for entry, and so we will enter into the position. We will put the stop loss at the most recent tapped daily liquidity level. Now for the take profit, we will target the nearest daily liquidity level. The reason why we do this is that the price has been rejected off the upper levels many times, making it clear that the price won't be breaking through to the upside and instead will start to enter into a bearish trend. Now let's see how the trade plays out. As you can see, the trade was very profitable again. Overall, this is a great indicator to use as confluence when trading. I hope we could explain exactly how it works and how to use the indicator. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you are looking for a crypto exchange that has some of the lowest fees, check out the link in the description of the video.